Hey guys, hope you're doing fine while staying at home. I'm happy to be here today. My name is Diana and I'm graphic designer. Today we're going to discuss presentation design. Uh, First of all, I'm going to introduce myself. Um, I work as a graphic designer for 8 years and I'm a founder of creative agency called Bird. And I'm gonna tell you about my first job. That was the wine company Giovanni, and we made lots and lots of wine labels there. You can see several of them. Uh, these are images of my design of labels. This one. And my next job was in social media agency Social Sharks, also as a graphic designer. And first of all, this client was Gino. Their product was Wellness and Spa. You can see those colorful posters made for social media, for Facebook and Instagram of Gino. Also, this one. And the second product of Gino was Gino Paradise. They had aqua park. They have a good aqua park. You can see these colorful and bright images. Next, we had a client, Tbilisi Marathon, and we made also this colorful style of the social media posters, also for Instagram and for Facebook. During I'm a graphic designer, I also had worked as an art director on these graphic styles of these visual styles of these brands, and now I work for ajarbed.com, and mostly I work as a web graphic designer, making some beautiful and fancy stuff for ajarbed.com website. This is the newest one. And a bit more information about the creative agency Bird that I founded in 2019. Bird means Bird of Inspirational Responsible Designers. Our team made a lot of logos, a lot of visual branding stuff for tourism sector, for tourism agencies and companies, and some of them we made for free. And again, some labels. We took part in different events in different forums, and we're proud of ourselves. Now, how to make an effective presentation? Why effective? Because your presentation can be beautiful, your presentation can be fancy and interesting, but not effective. Your aim is to have an effective one, because it may not be very beautiful or I don't know, very good, very well structured, but it can be effective. And I will give you some tips for that. First of all, sizes and dimensions. This is the size of the full screen. The standard screen size is of these dimensions, and also my presentation is made in these sizes, and you can use them, you have to use them actually. Then comes style. Style consists of colors, fonts, layout, and content. Let's start with the colors. You can see the template of the presentation that I have chosen from the internet. And you can see that the same colors are used in the whole presentation. This gradient of dark blue and light blue is literally in every slide, yeah. Also, the author or the designer of this presentation used the same fonts in here, the same colors of fonts, the same style of everything, yeah. The second template of the presentation. The designer also uses two colors, which are blue and yellow, and you can see some graphic shapes here on the slides. He or she used those shapes everywhere, in the thank you slide and inside of the presentation, literally everywhere. Um, the third one is this template, and the designer also uses two main colors, which are orange and dark blue, and he also uses some shapes. For example, we can see some filled rectangles here, and several sliders are used with rectangle outline. So he uses only shape of the rectangle, but not the filled shape. Uh, that's his decision or her decision. That's good point, anyways. But the main message is that you have to do your whole presentation using only one style to be more natural for your audience. The second topic is fonts. You always have some main text, some main headers on your slides, and you can use the bold font for them. Actually, when you use several fonts in one presentation, it may not be beautiful, or it may not be good or effective or even readable. It would be better for you to use one font, but in the different weights of them. For example, the bold one, the bold Arial Magalit, sorry, Arial, for example, regular Arial, and narrow or thin regular. And but also you can use two fonts, not more than two ones, please. As for bold fonts, actually you can use them for headers, and for secondary text you can use regular font. And as for details, for example, you can see my name in the right corner, which is written with small and light font, right? Because you want some text to be on your slide, but you want to do any accents on it. And also you can use colors to you can use colors for headers. I mean, you can use bold main text and color it. Layout. You can see the borders on my slide, and in my opinion, that's the best safe area for your presentation. Also, you can use different or other or make it larger or smaller, I don't know, as you wish. But anyways, you gotta have borders on your slides. Here are some templates of the layout. For example, when you have your bold header on the top of your slide, and then comes a huge and large image. You can place them in the center, both of them in the center, right? Or make it this way. For example, image in the right corner and the right part of the slide, and the text in the left part. The third one is when you have image, main text, and the secondary text. And as we have already discussed, we have an image on the one part of your slide, main text with bold font or maybe a colored font, and secondary text which comes with smaller size of your font and maybe different color, as you wish. Content. Content for photos and graphics. Let's start with photo. If you use images in your presentation, they got to be good they got to have good quality. Cause if you use a bad quality of the image, we will get this. That's not good. I think that in my opinion, if you don't have a picture in good resolution, but you have to use it, it's better to use the smaller size of the photo, or mm, don't use it. Just don't use it. As you wish, that's up to you. Here are some tips for free photo stocks where you can search for the images in good resolutions, in great resolutions, to be honest. Here, pexels.com, unsplash.com, and freepik.com. On freepik.com there are some filters, and you can switch to the free photo mode and just download anything you want with using some keywords for the pictures. Graphics. Here we can see the graphic style, which is called doodles, and it's a bit funny. It's a bit childish, maybe. I don't know. And as we can see, all of the objects and all of the drawings are made in one style. So I want to say that if you are using any graphics in your presentation, please use only one style of your images or of your graphics. Don't mix them, never mix them, please. This is the second type of graphics. Usually it's used in infographics, for example, to show some statistics. Or I don't know, maybe it's more serious than the doodles, yeah. But there are a lot of graphic styles. You can use anything you want and anything you will find on the internet. But try not to mix different styles. And as for fonts that are used in your presentation, you can see some different texts on this slide. For example, blog, Wi-Fi, internet, right, social network, and this font fits to these graphics. That's very good, that's very nice, and looks really beautiful. But if you take this font and use with these graphics, it won't fit, and it will be mixed style, so it won't be effective. And just never do that, please. Okay, here are some tips for a free graphics stock. 3 websites: freepik.com, recteasy.com, flaticon.com. Freepik, as I have already mentioned, has the filter, and you can set for free vector without license, and you can download as much as you want to. Recteasy is the same as Freepik, but The flat icon is only icon stock, and as we can see in this slide, there are several icons here. Two ones, I can see now two ones. And this type of graphics you can take from flaticon.com. Flow. What about the flow of your presentation? It's very meaningful because your audience always needs to understand what you're talking about. If I don't understand what you're talking in the beginning and why are you talking some things in the end, then I won't understand your whole presentation. So the flow is very meaningful during your presentation. First of all, introduce yourself. As I did in the beginning of the stream, I told you my name and I told you who am I, and also I showed you some images, some works of mine, and that was the introduction of myself. Topic of the presentation. You should talk about the general topic. For example, you are doing the presentation about ecology, yeah? You should tell us more, or maybe briefly in several sentences, what is your presentation about. After that comes problem. You gotta tell us what kind of problem is now happening to maybe ecology. Maybe some trees are cut off, and that's the very serious problem for the society, right? And you gotta tell us what's the problem of your presentation. After that comes idea, or maybe ideas. You gotta tell us how you can solve this problem and what's your idea of solution. After your idea, you can say more about solution. For example, what comes after your idea? I mean, if you decide some activity for not cutting off trees, and that's the idea, what will be the solution of it? For example, ask people to do that, or ask companies to stop cutting all the trees, or what's the solution of your problem? And then comes sum up. That means that once again, briefly, in several sentences, you gotta mention the topic of your presentation, once again, the problem of it, idea that you have, and the solution, what comes after solving this problem with your idea. This is summing up. Then you can say thank you and ask if the audience has any questions. Here are some tips to make your presentation dynamic. And what does it mean? Sometimes people use video or some GIFs or animated images in the presentation. And for example, sometimes happened even in my experience that I'm standing with the presentation and the video doesn't start because there's some problems with the presentation. For example, it can be perfect on your computer, but there can be some problems on the other computers, and that's a real problem for the presenter. So, if you don't want to use some GIFs or video content, you can use these dynamic tips from me. And let's do an experiment. This is my first sentence. This is the second one. And I just copied the previous slide and added a new sentence here. you can see that I can absolutely control the whole process of my animation, right? And if you use video or if you use graphics for the text animation, then you will have specific timing. For example, you will have to say a sentence in 2 seconds or in 3 seconds, and maybe that will be a problem because you haven't finished your sentence yet and it's already disappeared from the screen and you can do nothing, right? So if you use this technique for your animated and for your dynamic presentation, you can control everything. You can control timing. That's it, guys. And I want you to remember that your presentation gotta be first interesting, it gotta be effective, and as beautiful as you can afford. But anyways, just try to be more enthusiastic making your presentation, cause if you are bored with your presentation, everyone will be bored with you, and if you feel funny or if you're happy while presenting your material, I guess the audience will understand it and will be happier for those, I don't know, 20 minutes or 10 minutes. So try to be interesting, try not to be boring, try to make fun if you can. You can also say several jokes in your presentation. That's not a problem. And try to have 3 or 4 or maybe two, at least two highlights of your presentation where you will make a joke or be happy or enthusiastic or I don't know, some or just interesting during presenting, yeah. And I want you guys to remember, while creating your presentation, you are a creator. You are a creator. Anyways, that's your presentation. You are creating it and you are creator of it. Be as interesting as you can. I wish you good luck presenting everything that you will present in your life. And again, my name is Diana, and thank you. If you have any questions, I'll be waiting for them for a while. As I can see, you have no questions, but anyways, thank you guys. I hope that your presentation in your future will be much better than the previous ones, and wish you good luck. Bye.